The Muttahida Qaumi Movement, generally known as MQM, is a secular political party in Pakistan, mainly consists of Urdu-speaking Mohajirs. The student organization, All Pakistan Muhajir Student Organization, was founded in 1978 by Altaf Hussain that subsequently gave birth to the Muhajir Qaumi Movement in 1984. In 1997, the MQM officially removed the term Muhajir from its name and replaced it with Muttahida. The MQM is generally known as a party that holds strong mobilizing potential in Karachi, having traditionally been the dominant political force in the city. Muttahida Qaumi Movement is currently the second largest party in Sindh and overall the fourth largest party in the National Assembly of Pakistan after the Pakistan Muslim League, Pakistan People's Party, and Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaaf. The party has kept its influence over Pakistan's federal government as a key coalition partner since the late 1980s. However, MQM parliamentarians resigned from the National Assembly, Senate and Provincial Assembly of Sindh in protest against a crackdown on criminal elements alleged to have close links with top MQM leaders. Background: Muhajirs were the Urdu-speaking Muslims, who migrated to Pakistan when the country emerged independent from the British Raj in 1947. Karachi was then home to a very diverse set of ethnicities including Urdu and Gujarati-speaking immigrants, Punjabis, Pashtuns, Baloch and foreigners from several South Asian countries. Muhajirs advanced in both commerce and the bureaucracy, but many resented the quota system which facilitated scientists in gaining university slots and civil service jobs. It was this very ethnic rivalry that led to Muhajir political mobilization, which was further provoked by the stagnant economy and the condition of Biharis in Bangladesh concentration camps. History. Founding. The MQM is the dominant party in Karachi. It was founded in 1984 by Azam Ahmed Tariq and Altaf Hussain. At the time of inception, MQM represented only the Muhajir community, but after several years, the Muhajir Qaumi Movement changed its name to Muttahida Qaumi Movement, thus welcoming all ethnic groups of Pakistan into its folds. The first political organization of Muhajirs, called All Pakistan Muhajir Student Organization, was founded on June 11, 1978 by Altaf Hussain in Karachi University. On March 18, 1984, the APMSO evolved into a proper political organization, Muhajir Qaumi Movement. It was launched to protect the Muhajir community who perceived themselves as the victims of discrimination and oppression by the quota system that gave preference to certain ethnicities for admissions in educational institutions and employment in civil services. In 1997, MQM replaced the term Muhajir in its name with Muttahida. According to Nicola Khan, the party allegedly received support from Pakistan's neighbouring country India. Late 1986 1990, in its early years, MQM drew enormous crowds, the epitome of which was the rally of August 8, 1986 at Nishtar Park, Karachi. 3 years into its existence, MQM won the November 1987 local body elections in Karachi and Hyderabad and had several mayors win unopposed. Pakistan People's Party won the highest number of seats in the general election of 1988 and formed a coalition government in the Sindh province with the help of MQM, which then had a larger mandate in urban Sindh in comparison to PPP, whose majority of support came from rural areas of Sindh. A 59-point agreement, called the Karachi Accord, was signed, which included statements about protection of the democratic system and political rights, urban development goals, and creating objective criteria for admission to universities and colleges. Within a few months of the agreement, differences surfaced and MQM ministers in the Sindh cabinet resigned because the agreement was not implemented. Thus, the alliance broke up in October 1989 and MQM joined hands with PPP's opponents. During these times MQM made mark for public benefit initiatives. Khidmat Khalq Committee, a social welfare initiative, was founded in 1978, which in 1998 transformed into Khidmat Khalq Foundation. 1990–1999, in the elections of October 1990, MQM emerged as the third strongest party in the country. This time, It made its alliance with Pakistan Muslim League to establish a provincial government in Sindh, whereas PML formed the federal government. During these times, small factions of MQM separated themselves from the main body of the party. The largest among these factions is MQM Hakiki, which was formed by Afaq Ahmad and Amir Khan. It is generally believed that MQM Hakiki was formed by the collusion of Pakistani government in power and the establishment ISI to weaken MQM, and was supported by successive federal governments and the military. In the years to come, federal governments switched between forming alliance with MQM and fighting against it to establish greater control over Karachi. From 1992 to 1994, the MQM was the target of the Pakistan Army's Operation Cleanup. The period is regarded as the bloodiest period in Karachi's history, with thousands MQM workers and supporters killed or gone missing. Although 14 years have passed since the alleged arrest or disappearance of MQM workers, families of the missing people are still hopeful after registering the cases in the Supreme Court of Pakistan. The operation left thousands of Urdu-speaking civilians dead. The violence gripped urban Sindh politics in the late 1980s after General Zia-ul-Haq's era, and finally in 1992, the erstwhile government of Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif passed a resolution in Assembly to launch a military operation in Karachi to target 72 big fishes. The federal government gave the reasoning behind this operation, known as Operation Cleanup, as the government's attempt to end terrorism in Karachi and to seize unauthorized arms. Operation Cleanup, which ostensibly sought to eliminate all terrorists irrespective of their political affiliation, began in June 1992. MQM perceived this operation as an attempt to wipe out the party altogether. Political violence erupted while MQM organized protests and strikes. The resulting lawlessness prevailed in the largest metropolitan city of Pakistan, which led to the country's president dissolving the National Assembly. During the 1992 violence, Altaf Hussain left the country when a warrant was issued for him in connection with a murder. Since then, the political party is run by Mr. Hussain from self-imposed exile in London. MQM boycotted the subsequent 1993 general elections, claiming organized military intimidation, but participated in provincial elections. MQM secured 27 seats in Provincial Assembly, in comparison to its political rival PPP, which won 56 seats. This resulted in PPP forming both the provincial and federal governments. Whereas, MQM Hakiki failed to gain any seats at federal or provincial level. Political violence gained momentum in 1993 and 1994. During the 1994 violence, heavily political killings were reported between MQM factions, and Sindhi nationalist groups. By July 1995, more than 1,800 people had been assassinated in Karachi. In 1997, MQM boycotted the general elections and officially changed the previously maintained name Muhajir to Muttahida, English, United. Accusations of violence. In the mid-1990s, MQM created widespread political violence that affected Pakistan's southern Sindh province, particularly Karachi, the port city that is the country's commercial capital. In the mid-1990s, the U.S. State Department, Amnesty International, and others accused the MQM and a rival faction, MQM Hakiki, of summary killings, torture, and other abuses. The MQMA routinely denied involvement in violence. The party's use of extra-legal activities in conflicts with political opponents have earned it the accusation of terrorism. The party's strongly hierarchical order and personalist leadership style led to some critics labeling the MQM as fascist. Jinnah conspiracy. During Operation Cleanup, MQM was accused of being anti-Pakistan and of planning a separatist breakaway state Jinnah. However, later some senior army officers, Brigadier Imtiaz and General Nasir Akhtar, confessed that Jinnah was nothing but a drama against MQM for the military operation, and there was no map of Jinnah. In Pakistan on October 19, 1992, newspapers carried an ISPR press release, conveying Army unregistered trademark's denial of the knowledge of the Jinnah plan. The ISPR, the public relations arm of the Pakistan Army, stated, The army had no evidence concerning the so-called Jinnah plan. It is clarified that the newspaper story in question is baseless. The army has neither handed over to the government any document or map as reported, nor is it in possession of any evidence concerning the so-called Jinnah plan. It is also factually wrong that the matter was discussed at any meeting of the Corps Commander Asif Zardari, who was then President of Pakistan, is said to have said in a court premises in Karachi that the Jinnah scandal was created to malign the MQM. 2001 present. In 2001, MQM boycotted the local body elections, but in the 2002 general elections, MQM won 17 out of 272 seats in National Assembly. In 2008 elections, MQM won 25 seats in the National Assembly of Pakistan and 52 seats in the Provincial Assembly of Sindh. MQM also has 7 senators and 2 federal ministers. In 2013, the Muttahida Qaumi Movement filed a Rs5 billion defamation suit against Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaaf chairman Imran Khan at the Sindh High Court for issuing statements against MQM chief Altaf Hussain. In June 2014, the Metropolitan Police raided the London home of its leader, Altaf Hussain, on suspicion of money laundering. Mr. Hussain has lived in the UK since 1991. Leadership among NRO beneficiaries equals. On November 22, 2009, Pakistan government released the limited list of beneficiaries of a legal act called National Reconciliation Ordinance, which granted amnesty to politicians, political workers and bureaucrats who were accused of corruption, embezzlement, money laundering, murder and terrorism between 1 January 1986 and 12 October 1999, the period during democratic governments in Pakistan. None of the MQM personalities were included on money or corruption-related basis. But names of 2 people associated with the MQM were included in the list based on political cases. According to the list, Altaf Hussain was allegedly involved with 72 cases, including 31 murder cases and 11 on murder attempts. Farooq Sattar had allegedly 23 cases, including 5 on charges of murder and 4 on attempt to murder, including the murder of Hakim Said, a leading philanthropist of Pakistan. MQM City Government of Karachi, 2005 2009, in 2008, Foreign Policy released a Global Cities Index which named Mustafa Kamal as mayor of the moment, along with Berlin's Krauser Wereit, and Chongqing's Wang Onju, and ranked Karachi 57th most globalized city among the 60 cities it analyzed. Party structure. The party is led by Altaf Hussain, under whose supervision, members of the Rabita Committee formulate the party's political program. It consists of 24 members from Pakistan and 10 from London, United Kingdom. The party's Karachi-based organizational operations are held under its Karachi Tanzimi Committee. On November 20, 2011, Muttahida Qaumi Movement formally announced the formation of Central Executive Committee with its members drawn from Azad Kashmir, Gilgit-Baltistan, Punjab, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Balochistan and Sindh. Addressing a press conference, Farooq Sattar, a senior MQM official, told that the purpose of Central Executive Committee is to assist MQM Coordination Committee and the party in organizational matters, policy making and preparation of manifesto. MQM has several chapters across the world in the United States, Canada, South Africa, several European countries, and Japan. Currently, the heads of MQM North America are former Federal Minister Khalid Maqbool Siddiqui and Ibadah Rehman. Designated terrorist organization. In 2006, the Federal Court of Canada declared the MQM as a terrorist organization, not allowing party members to visit and stay in Canada, and considered it a serious security threat to Canada. The court said the MQM is engaged in the harassment of opponents and has used the proceeds of crime to fund the party. In 2009, the U.S. Consul General in Karachi Stephen Fakhan revealed in a cable that MQM has a militant group named Good Friends having 35,000 members, of which 10,000 are active. MQM has been getting the funds from India to continue its activities in Karachi. Tariq Mir, MQM's senior member, claimed the Indian funding to MQM in an interview with British police. India and MQM chief claim the allegations are false. The London Met Police stated that no such documents were part of its official record. Electoral history. See also: Syed Mustafa Kemal, Ishrat Ul-Ibad Khan, Abdul Rashid Godil, Nasreen Jalal, Muhajir Suba, Sultan. References. Further reading: Human Rights Watch. World Report 1998, Pakistan, http www.hrw.org Asia 09 HTMP 823 214912, accessed February 6, 2004, Jane's Information Group. Jane's World Insurgency and Terrorism 17, Muttahida Qaumi Movement, http www.janes.com, accessed February 6, 2004. External links: MQM official website, MQM USA official website, MQM UK official website, MQM Karachi Tanzania Committee, Timeline, A History of MQM, Migrants and Militants, MQM brings ahead common man in polls, Chief Justice Iftikhar Muhammad Chaudhry, Pakistan State Times.